What's up, Timmons here. Since I'm doing pretty much my top 10 list of my favorite horror movies of each year, I just of course did the 2010 and 2011 ones. Now here is my top 10 favorite horror films of the 2012. Because I mean, 2012 we had movies like The Avengers coming out, uh, you know Zero Dark Thirty, Ted, but there was some really good horror movies in that year. So here is my official top 10. Number 10 is a little horror movie that not many people probably really talk about nowadays, but it's much better than most people give it credit for. That is the Jeffrey Dean Morgan horror film, The Possession. Now, if you guys don't know much about The Possession, it's about this divorced dad, Clyde, played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who buys an antique wooden box at an estate sale for his daughter, unwillingly unleashes like a malevolent spirit that possesses her here. It is a really creepy horror film. I mean, I always do, get a kick out of horror films that includes like a some sort of object here. And Jeffrey D. Morgan's pretty good in this. You also have like here Cedric, Madison, Davenport. I mean, he has a really good cast members in this. It was pretty creepy throughout. I mean, it's a really decent one worth giving a go there. All right, coming in at number 9 is Wrong Turn 5 Bloodlines. Now, of course, this one mostly went straight to DVD, but I had a fun time with this one. Of course, it is the fifth installment of the Wrong Turn franchise, where, of course, a group of college friends attending West Virginia's Mountain Men Festival on Halloween becomes prey to like the hillbilly clan, led by imprisoned Drake Fingers, and as the group fights to survive traps and pursuit. You also do got Doug Bradley, aka Hellraiser, or Pinhead from Hellraiser. It definitely has some really crazy kills throughout. It is really cool. I mean, the ending is very interesting. I mean, you rarely see a little bit of a spoiler, but the villain's won. So yeah, you rarely see horror movies where like the villain actually wins, and the villain wins in this one. And yeah, I would love to see some more Wrong Turns down the line. They did that recent reboot for 20 that came out in 2021. That was horrible. I hope they bring the. I would love to see the Three Fingers come back. I mean, those are definitely some like probably one of the underappreciated horror films in my opinion. But all right, coming in at number 8 is Piranha 3 Double D. Yeah, this is of course the sequel to 2010's Piranha. Now the reviews for like not many people really liked the Piranha sequel, and that's cool. I had a fun time with it. I remember seeing this one in theaters back in 2012. It was really entertaining. It's of course where survivors of Lake Victoria massacre open the big wet water park, and of course prehistoric piranhas escape through like a plumbing here. You do got Danielle Pennebaker from the Flash fame. David Hasselhoff pops up in this. The ending is pretty messed up. Of course, you do got returning cast members like Ving Rhames, Christopher Lloyd. It is a really cool one. I mean, the first piranha, of course, included a piranha pretty much eating a person's you know what there. This actually takes it to a whole new level, where piranha goes through a little something. Uh, I'm not going to go into details, but if you guys watch Piranha 3 WD, you know what I'm talking about. But that aside, I had a fun time with it. It is really entertaining. I really hope we'll get. I always wish we got another Piranha movie. I mean, maybe because it's like a Weinstein property, maybe that could be it. But hopefully, someone will find a way to give us some more Piranhas, because I would love to see another Piranha film. All right. Coming in at number 7 is the Lovely Ones. Now, of course, the Lovely Ones came out all the way back in 2012, and of course, the Loved Ones, not the Lovely Ones. My bad. Of course, it's directed by Sean Byrne, who just put out Dangerous Animals this past summer. and it's of course like where like this in order to like avoid a ghostly figure in the road, Brent Mitchell wraps up like pretty much wraps his car around like a tree, take out his father, while another like goes to pieces here. And this movie is really it's pretty messed up in loads of ways. Sean Byrne did a great job directing. It is, of course, a horror film from Australia. It is a really decent one that is well worth watching there. All right. Coming in at number 6 is Silent Night. I remember watching this one in 3D back in 2012. Now, the original Silent Night, Deadly Night is really good, don't get me wrong. I prefer the remake. I had a fun time with the remake. You got Malcolm McDowell, you got Jamie King, Donald Logue, you got some other cool cast members here. Directed by Stephen C. Miller. It takes place on Christmas Eve in a small Midwestern town where a deranged killer dressed as Santa Claus targets locals with gruesome holiday-themed murders here. And crazy kills throughout. It gets really bloody, especially when you saw, like, especially if you watch this thing in 3D. Like, it was cool seeing this stuff, like, looked like they were coming right at us. I really had a fun time with this one. And, of course, we do got a new Silent Night movie coming out this December, which that might be good. I admit it probably will be hard to top the remake that came out in 2012. Because to me, I think it's better than the original, but that's just me. Alright, number 5. Now, number 5 and 4, I technically got 2 anime movies on this list. Number 5 is Tim Burton's Frankenweenie. Now, Frankenweenie, of course, is directed by Tim Burton, pretty much like based on his film from the 1980s. It is about a young inventor named Victor Frankenstein who revives his beloved dog Sparky after a tragic accident. And it's a really terrific one. Great animation. It is full on black and white. Very reminiscent of the original. You do got some good voice talents. You got Catherine O'Hara, Marta Short, the late great Marlon Landau, Winona Ryder, Charlie Tan, who played the Scarecrow in Gotham. He was in this. Got some really great cast members throughout. Really love the scary aspects. Definitely more frightening than you see with most animation. I hope we see Tim Burton do another anime film down the line, but who knows. Alright, coming in at number 4 is another anime film on this list, and that is Paranorman. Now, of course, this is from the company Laika, and of course, it takes place in the quirky town of Blythe Hollow, where young Norman, who can, of course, see and speak to ghosts, meet up with friends and family to break a centuries-old witch curse that unleashes zombies on Halloween. And it's a really decent one. It is really creepy throughout. Love the animation here. I mean, it got released around the summertime, which I still thought that was a mistake. They should release this one around like Halloween, or September. But I think they didn't want to like have much competition with Frankenweenie, which got released around the same time, so maybe that could have been it. But still, Paranorman is a really good one. Love the animation. Great voice talents. You got Anna Kendrick, Cody Smith-McPhee, Casey Affleck, Jeff Garlin, Leslie Mann. Some really fun voice talents throughout. And by the way, they are re-releasing the film back in the years in October, so there's that. I really wish we got a sequel to this, but anyway. Alright, coming in at number 3 is The Collection. Now, of course, this is the follow-up to The Collector from 2009. And it is, of course, about a serial killer known as The Collector who traps victims in, booby traps, displays. It very reminiscent of the Saw franchise. And it's a really decent one. Definitely even far better than the original. You do got, Shooter McGavin himself. Chris McDonald pops up in this. The kills are great. It definitely has a little bit of a Saw feel to it, but it's really decent. I'm still holding out hope we get another one, but who knows. Alright, coming in at number 2 is Paranormal Activity 4. Out of all the sequels, this is probably my favorite out of the sequels. I really quite enjoyed Part 4. And of course, it also did introduce us to to a little known future Scream Queen known as Catherine Newton, who obviously will go on to star in stuff like, Abigail, Lisa Frankenstein. This was, I guess, say one of the movies that really put her on the map, really, as a horror actress. And of course, this takes place like 5 years after Katie and Hunter's disappearance, where a suburban family experiences like supernatural disturbances here. And Catherine Newton really plays her part well. She really reminisces herself as a Scream Queen here, and really happy to see her doing like more horror stuff down the line. I mean, the girl's really talented here, and I thought she was really decent. All right, and my number one favorite horror film of 2012 is none other than Cabin in the Woods. This is actually a movie that was in the pipe. I remember this movie was in the pipeline for literally forever. I mean, this movie was actually shot, I kid you not, before Chris Hemsworth even got the role of Thor. Yeah. Uh, that's how long this thing was in the pipeline for. But it's a really decent horror film. Directed by Drew Goddard, written by Joss Whedon, featuring Chris Hemsworth. Sigourney Weaver makes an appearance, which that was a really surprise cameo right there. But Cabin in the Woods, if you guys don't know, is about five college friends who head to a remote cabin in the weekend getaway, only to discover their trips is part of a larger ritual controlled by a shadowy technician to appease ancient gods who like horror movie tropes and all. And the movie is a lot of fun. Great kills here. I really quite like the characters evolve. I mean, some of the cool monsters. Like, I still always wish they did like a spin-off of Cabin in the Woods featuring the monsters that are featured in this, like the origins of the monsters. That would have been cool. But you do got like Bradley Whitford, Richard Jenkins is also in this. It is a really good one. It's fun, entertaining, awesome kills. I mean, if you guys never seen it, go watch. I remember seeing this one in Deers back in 2012. I didn't know what to expect out of it, but I had a fun time with it, and it's well worth watching there. But that's pretty much it. Here's my quick rundown. Number 10, The Possession. 9, Wrong Turn 5, Bloodlines. 8, Piranha 3, D-Day. 7, The Lovely Bones. The Loved Ones, my bad. 6, Silent Night. 5, Frankenweenie. 4, Paranorman. 3, The Collection. 2, Paranormal Activity 4. And number 1 is Cabin in the Woods. Now, there's also other ones I probably could have added. I'm not a fan of Sinister. I know it actually does have its fans, but I'm not one of them. The Woman in Black with Daniel Radcliffe, that would be my honorable mention. VHS, that's a pretty good one. I was not too big of a Prometheus. Definitely not Dead Devil's Side. That movie was so bad, man. House of It at the End of the Street, that was okay with Jennifer Lawrence. Resident Evil Retribution. I mean, there's other ones I probably could have added as well. Maybe Oogie Loves. I mean, if you really want to look at it, that movie was that was so scary there. But anyway, let me let you guys. What are some of your favorite horror movies for 2012? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Sim Time.